Are there folks out there that have struggled with this and are willing to raise a hand and talk about that? Morgan.
Hello?
Don't pull a Johnny.
I didn't think, yeah, Johnny, you're always going to remember. I didn't think I was going to be the only person to raise their hand. So looking at my friend Dawn Elliott, we are working on, and I'm not calling out Dawn. No,
pull down the mask.
Dawn and I are best friends, and we are working on the rewrite for the Colorado Springs zoning code right now. And there are some things for previous jurisdictions that I've worked for where I thought, oh my gosh, that worked perfectly, and I would love to incorporate that into our code. That is fine. I'm writing something with tweaks where it's specific to Colorado Springs, but as Tarek has said, if I am doing those kinds of things, even though I have changed the way that things are written, it's specific to the Springs and not focusing on Texas where I'm from, I am basically disclosing that I looked at the city of College Station and there were some cross-access things. Okay, wow. Thank you, fellow Aggie. There's some things that I thought worked really, really well in parking lots, but I am saying that I have used that as the inspiration. I know it works, and that's where I'm taking that information from. If, like Tarek said, I were just to put it in like, look at this amazing code that Dawn and I came up with. No, there's a lot of inspiration, and I have said several times in my office that there's no such thing as copying and planning. And yeah, like Tarek said, I'm joking, but there are ethical expectations whenever you're doing something like that, that just giving credit where credit's due. One of my favorite slides that I have whenever I've gone through, because we're getting kind of close to the end of this, is a slide with so many logos showing all of the other jurisdictions and cities and wherever that I have drawn inspiration from. I've spoken to planners, and we've been able to tailor it to where it makes sense for us.
And yeah, I spent more than half of my career with Clarion, and we wrote a lot of really good codes. And so, but we would always say, here's an idea that we used in Sedona, and it happened to work very well. Would you like us to further explore that? So it's all about the setup under that scenario. So back to the aspirational principles, back to the rules of conduct. There are several here. They're on the sheet. You should study them. Read the code once or twice a year. It's not very long. It's got one staple and 2 pages. Keep it wherever whenever you change the battery on the smoke detector, maybe you read the Code of Ethics or something. There were a lot of changes too. I just want to pause on that note. It would have been difficult to redline the previous version of the Code of Ethics for AICP because it would have just been a jumbled mess that looks like Christmas colors, all red and green, and things moved and reordered. So rather, this is just the new Code of Ethics. If you really want the details on how that changed, Karen mentioned that her committee did prepare a crosswalk to kind of show you how things from the old made it into the new. So if you're that type of data-oriented person, I already requested a copy, so maybe you're into that too. So the outcomes are that Beverly should not have copied the text from the other county's plan without referencing it, disclosing it to the Planning Commission. Although she had not sought a claim, which is how the old ethics code read, you can't seek a claim. Most people basically paralleled that with, well, I didn't apply for an award for this thing, so it doesn't apply to me. No, now they've added the word credit, recognition, credit, or a claim. So if you're copying, great. If you're using a model code, fantastic. Just explain what you're using and why you think it applies to that particular community. That is it for this first part. You haven't earned your credits yet. So now is when the fun happens, if it hasn't already. So we're going to switch over to a little game called Jeopardy. And I had a wicked mustache 2 weeks ago. I should have kept it. Okay, you want to explain how this works?
I do. Thank you both for that great discussion on the case studies, and again, those will be popping up. Let me see how we do this. Okay. Hold on, slideshow. Okay,
As Karen
there
gets
we
this
go.
pulled up, with Jeopardy, just because everybody's at the different tables, so each table is your team. So when you know the answer to something, just have somebody raise their hand and I will call on you. So Carl and Hannah, it looks like it's you guys.
And I want to say a couple of rules. In addition to the sheets that we placed on your table that summarizes the code sections A and B, you can also find the code on your phone. And I forgot to mention that earlier. Go to planning.org/ethics. And this is one of the few times it's an open book quiz, open book Jeopardy. And be sure, now you know where that is, so you can find this for your daily practice. And when you change the batteries in your smoke detector, now you know you can go to your phone and read through the code. Okay, so first of all, again, each table, this is an ethics session. You have paper and pen at your table. We expect you to keep score in an ethical way. We're going to trust every table to be honest about their scorekeeping. So just like Jeopardy, when you get an answer right, you get the score for that clue. If you get it wrong, you have to subtract it. When we either get through the board or get to, we're close to time, we will ask for the scores in the top 3 tables. We'll send one representative up. So we'll have 3, just like Jeopardy, 3 participants in Final Jeopardy. We have a great Final Jeopardy clue for you, very exciting. And then there will be prizes. So when we get to specifically, if we're asking for a specific principle or rule, you can either paraphrase that principle or rule or give us the number, okay? So, are we ready?
Can we have Kathleen pick the first category?
We sure can. For what? Oh my gosh, she's taking the toughest one on the board. Okay, here we go. County planners ask the nearby tribal council to participate in the planning process for a new housing development adjacent to their tribal lands. And again, we're looking for the ethical principle in planning. Again, you can paraphrase it.
Rebecca.
Principle 3D.
That is correct. Congratulations.
Good job.
Yes.
50 points to Fort Collins.
Oh, wait. Whoops. No. I forgot. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. Okay. And now you get to pick the next one.
Rebecca, you get to pick.
Cases of the year for 30 points.
Okay, here we go. Cases of the year for 30. Name one of the principles to which we aspire that a public planner, AICP, should consider once they have learned that a member of the county board who is not AICP has been lobbying to delete equity inclusion portions of its comprehensive plan.
Ooh, Tez.
That is one of them. Congratulations. Yay. So you could have also answered 1E or 4D. So thank you. You get to pick the next. I'm sorry, what was that?
Code of Ethics update for 50.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, here we go. The reason only AICP members can file an appeal of a determination by the ethics officer related to a complaint of misconduct.
Do you already have it?
I think she
Who did you see first?
Yeah.
I happened to be looking over in this corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
You. Yes. Yes, correct. Congratulations. What is to reduce frivolous complaints by an aggrieved member of the public? Okay. Select our next category, please. I'm sorry, ethics. Okay, ethics potpourri for 30. You guys are jumping around the board. I love it. The number of cases or inquiries in 2021 from Colorado.
Who did you see first? I saw your black sweater with the glasses. 11?
You have to answer in the form of a question, please.
Oh, let's go with you.
No, it's a, we can, she can, she can have it, it's
she
the
get
first
to go
time. She
again?
can do it, yes.
I thought this was Jeopardy.
Well, in single Jeopardy, you can get one time. Okay. Ask in the form of a question. Correct. Very good. Thank you. Yes. We take our Jeopardy rules seriously in this room, just so you know. Okay. And you get to pick the next clue. Rules of conduct for 50.
Okay.
Okay, a city planner, AICP, moonlights for a real estate office in the same jurisdiction, but hasn't told their employer.
Ooh.
I forgot your name. You presented this morning. Drew. Drew.
What is section B, subsection 3?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to have a jury discussion on that one. Okay, let's look at what, hold on.
Please hold.
The judges will confer.
Yes, they're reviewing whether or not that's an acceptable answer, Drew.
And then
It's not the one we were looking for.
number 2.
No?
Dawn, wouldn't you be the judge? Okay, so he said B13.
You're a master of the signage industry, but we're going to have to say no.
Don Elliott.
You be the judge.
Well,
We believe that's gray enough to be acceptable. The answer we were looking for was B18. Okay,
Andrea.
So, yeah. Elliot's table will get the points as well as Andrea's table.
Okay, but Elliot's table. Okay, we have an interesting judging system here. But, you know, well, let's go with it. Yeah. If this was real Jeopardy, we'd rewind the tape and so on, but, you know, we'll go with it. So the answer we were looking for is B18, and this is really important for all of us in the room, and is not taking on other employment in a planning or related field without written disclosure and subsequent written permission from our current employer. And there was a case we didn't discuss sort of in the overview section where during COVID, a planner actually held down 2 full-time planning jobs with adjacent jurisdictions and did not tell either that they were doing that, for example, and that would be against the code. So anyway, we want us all to act ethically. And the next, okay, so who picks
Dawn,
next?
what's your pick?
Rules of conduct for 40. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Shane hasn't logged any CM credits in 3 years, but still uses AICP in their signature.
Tez.
you say?
No, this is rules of conduct.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect. Rules of conduct.
Black sweater, glasses.
Black sweater and
I'm
glasses.
sorry, what is your name? Melissa?
Melissa.
Because you got one right. So Melissa.
Ooh. Yeah, it's,
Unfortunately, that applies to other planners. Jennifer.
Vest.
That is correct, Jennifer. Congratulations. Okay, you get to pick next. We'll be close. We've got to go.
Potpourri for 50.
Jeez, you guys. Okay, this is the only person currently authorized to give formal, informal advice.
Rebecca.
Ooh.
May have had
Dance battle.
a rogue hand. Yeah, go ahead.
AICP Ethics Officer.
And bonus.
Who is the AICP?
Oh, good.
Yes, and do you know the name of the AICP Ethics Officer? Okay,
Dawn.
we
What
can,
was the name of the ethics officer?
Dawn.
sorry,
Dawn yelled it.
yeah,
Did you yell it? Dawn?
he did. Okay.
Oh, there's a lot
sorry.
of lettuce in here.
Woo! Okay, and again, it's Ralph Wilmer from Massachusetts. He is our new ethics officer. Okay. See how ethical was that? Thank you. Okay, next category.
Oh, did we get the points on that? I thought we were rejected. Okay.
No, you get the points and you get the next clue.
Ethical principles and practice for 20.
Okay, maintain a website in multiple languages with the guiding principles for the development of the comprehensive plan, alternatives being considered, and schedule for public input. So again, we're looking for the principle, either the, yeah.
In the back.
A3B. Yes,
A2A. Is it?
you said 3B. For all persons. I would
Okay, the judge says yes to that. We were looking for A2A, which is our responsibility to provide timely, adequate, clear, accessible, and accurate information. Okay. But the judge's ruling stands. No, there's no appeal process here. Okay, next category, please. These people may seek informal advice from the ethics officer.
Back here.
No, that's incorrect. Well, yes, that is true. Wait, I have to. Oh, yes, that's a small segment, but it's more.
Gentleman in the checked shirt.
Any person, whether AICP member or not, one introduction.
That's correct. Right, so it's, and who is anyone? And you were correct, I guess, but the judges ruled against that, so sorry. We were
Please,
looking for anyone.
Don't be upset.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Okay, you get to select the next category. Whoops, sorry.
Let's say we'll do 2 more minutes and then we'll
2
get
more
to
minutes, yeah.
Ethical principles and practice 10.
Okay. Planners are employing authentic public engagement techniques in a community that was historically redlined to ensure all voices are heard.
Andrea.
That's correct. What is our responsibility to expand choice and opportunity for all persons? Okay, you get to select the next category. $50? Oh, go ahead. Well, you guys are tough. This word was added to Rule 16 that would directly impact the AICP consultant who copied 50% of a housing action plan from another jurisdiction without telling the client. So now we'll know who was paying attention.
Look at everyone. Back of the room.
Yeah. That is correct. What is credit? And that just warms my heart that you were all paying attention. I love it. Okay. Okay, last clue, because we need time for Final Jeopardy and any Q&A you may have. Last clue, and you get to ask it.
Let's do updates 40.
Okay, okay, here we go. A greater focus of the proposed update to the Code of Ethics.
Look at you again.
I saw Carl.
Oh, sorry, Carl.
What? Yes, we'll accept that. What is equity and social justice? So thank you. This was great. You guys did an awesome job, and we're getting used to the ethics session only being an hour. I wish it was 2 hours, but I know, we're nerdy about ethics. But, so the next portion is Final Jeopardy. So we need the tables. We need all of you to who have been keeping your score. And then,
So add everything up.
Who has 100?
Yeah.
Does anybody have 100 points? Does anybody have?
150.
Okay. Okay. So you're
Yeah,
definitely up that table.
What's your score?
Score. Red shirt.
Oh,
230.
230.
Come on up.
All right, anyone have higher
Come
than
up here.
230?
300.
300.
Okay.
300, come up, okay. I'm sorry.
What? 220?
Okay, so we have 300, send a representative up, please, with a piece of paper.
I feel like we need to explain
Megan.
something.
Yes.
Did you answer
Megan
a
Harrington,
question
please come to the stage.
after being selected to earn those points? That's how you have to score the points. So I'm all of a sudden second guessing that you had the scores that you said you did.
Oh, JK, how many did y'all have?
Yeah. Did anybody get 100 points or more by answering the questions after being selected by the panel? Okay, so you are up here. Did anybody get 80 points?
I see what he's saying.
Oh, dear. Oh, okay.
You got he got a lot.
Yeah,
Come on up.
here. And then Rebecca and Andrea.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Come on
I
up for Final
see.
Jeopardy.
Okay, well, I need to be more clear on my instructions, I apologize.
All right,
It's
so-
a learning process.
Should we have them stand up here and then I can just hand, or do they
Yeah.
want to be up here? Y'all can, come on. This is a wobbly stage, so be here for fun.
I lost my mouse.
You can't get to the
I lost my mouse.
Okay,
Whew.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They can't
Okay.
They're not supposed to see the question.
That's okay.
Okay.
The category is Colorado small towns. So please think about how much you would like to wager of your points.
100 points.
no, don't tell us, write it on the back.
Have you watched Jeopardy?
Come on, you guys.
Okay. Here comes the clue.
For a pen. No, hold on, they have to. Okay. All right. So write down your wager on the back.
Wager. Okay. Here is the clue. This town in Colorado has a population of 17, according to the 2020 census. love that timpani at the end. Gets me every time. All right, let's start here.
No idea.
No idea? Oh, how much did you wager?
All of them.
Oh! Can you please take her with you down? Okay. Andrea.
If they guess, so you can say, I know it's wrong. I put Alma.
Alma, good guess, good guess. How much did you wager?
All of it, 60 points.
Oh my goodness. So this is up for grabs, and he looks confident.
I waited it all, and I said there is none.
Oh, you are also incorrect.
And gave me this.
Oh,
I don't know who it was.
Scott Shine got the answer
Scott,
correct, which was
yay.
Bonanza, Colorado, which is a statutory town incorporated in 1881. It's in, and bonus if anybody can pronounce the county correctly. So watch. Bonus with no prize. And it's total land area of 280 acres in its booming time during the mining days. Had nearly 1,500 people. If you haven't been to Bonanza, you probably won't, but it's a pretty place anyhow. How did the points end up here? Everybody had 0.
Should we do a tiebreaker, or we just go?
Oh yeah, we could. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do a tiebreaker. Are y'all ready? They can't. They have none. Okay,
Just to get first.
something. Okay, what is the tiny town in Colorado where what? Where the Grammy Awards are made?
Scott knows again. Mr. Southeast or Southwest.
How about anyone from each of these tables?
Ridgeway!
Okay, you guys are first place.
Yes.
Another one?
I don't know if you want to do another one.
And for the final bag of goodies, where in Colorado do the best cantaloupes come from? Who said it? I think it was Don. Steve, congratulations. It's a cantaloupe. Rocky Ford. And we're at 2:13, and you need 2 more minutes for credits.
Yeah, so,
So gather your things slowly.
well, ask us any questions. Let's do a Q&A.
Yes.
We're here, any ethical questions that are not, like involving us giving improper advice? Back there, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and that's a good question. And, in ethics, okay, so let me repeat the question, and that is, in a legislative setting, you're going to have conversations behind closed doors. In a quasi-judicial situation, that would not be allowed. So how do we balance that? And what we need to be careful of planners is having privileged information. And so if you're having a conversation with someone and they're giving you privileged information, or you are giving privileged information to someone that perhaps was not yours to give, that's a problem. So you need to think about the situation that you're dealing with at hand and use your judgment. So your attorneys will tell you in a quasi-judicial situation, the firewalls are up, and less so in a legislative, but that doesn't mean that any conversation is an ethical one. Other Q&A? Q, and we'll do the A, or, yeah.
So, in the second scenario, the whole, plagiarism,
Yeah.
I think we all do joke, planners plagiarize. But we have, I guess the scenario is, what if your upper management, so city manager, when reviewing, say, memos for ordinances, removes references to
as Don will appreciate, it depends, right? If the city manager is the one doing the requesting, is that city manager an AICP certified planner? If you are raising the concern to the city manager, then I think you've done your job well as a
Yeah.
certified planner. It's just about having the conversation. You can remove that context before something is adopted, as long as there's a layer of facts and a breadcrumb trail of how you got to what you're ultimately proposing for adoption.
And remember, the city manager is likely governed by the ICMA Code of Ethics, which I'm not an expert on by any means, but it would, I'm sure has, ethical practice as well. But I'm actually going to go look at that, but yeah. And you have to do the best you can do as a planner. We know that, you can't make your elected officials vote a certain way, and you can't make your manager follow all your advice. You just got to do the best you can, and you need to be comfortable with the advice and the information you're providing.
We're at 2:17, so we have 1.003 credits. Who had a question? Oh, sorry, I thought there was a hand raised.
Does anybody know a town that has 8 people in the state? No, I mean, there's an answer.
Mountain View.
That has what?
Yeah, Lakeside.
Okay, cool, yeah. You ready to go home? Okay, thank you all for being here.